to the bee? Is that the?
I think you might say honey to the bee or bumble to the bee.
Oh, bumble to the bee. That's it. I love pussy.
Yeah.
Pussy loves me
Yeah,
like a
pussy
lemon
loves
to
me.
the lime and a bumble to the bee. Oh, poetry.
Spread them legs open far and wide. Fuck this shit, just let me put my dick inside.
So, give me that. We have to use that in the trailer for Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good tribute
Holy
to
shit.
the fallen.
So, okay, so we've gotten pretty far. So, you have some other ideas for movies. What can you just throw some out there? What are some of your, like, if you were able to control any franchise, any pre-existing franchise, what would it be?
I don't have anything good. I have, the other night I came up with Weekend at Bernie's 3. Bernie Takes the White House. It's, can't remember the names, Larry and Ricky or Jonathan Silverman and what's his name?
Andrew McCarthy.
Andrew McCarthy, yeah. They somehow they accidentally get Bernie elected.
But at this
president.
point, Bernie, wouldn't Bernie be so decomposed and fucked up that
yeah.
But
That's
still
half the
nobody
fun.
cares.
No, nobody cares. They just they have like a good makeup artist or something.
Oh, that would be sick. And in the second one, he was able to walk around because of voodoo. So I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was so dumb. It was like whenever music played, he was able to walk.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I watched the first one pretty recently. I haven't seen the second one in probably 20 years.
The first one, I think, is a really good comedy.
It's hilarious, and it's weird too. I never realized as a kid that the whole Bernie thing really doesn't happen until like an hour into the movie.
Right. The rest of
It's
it is
all set up.
Yeah, it's all set up, and then and then whatever happens, he dies, and then yeah. But the second one, what a fucking letdown.
Yeah, I remember. That's probably why I don't remember too much about it. I think I might have seen it once, and then.
Yeah, you know what's so weird about the second one is that they set up in the first one that Andrew McCarthy is like this sort of ladies' man. He has sex with women and stuff, and then in the second one they reveal that he's a virgin. Motherfucking betray their own mythos. They betray their own shit.
So, like, he's a virgin. Like, do they mention it? Do they call it out at all?
Yeah,
like
they call it out because at the end something happens where they need they need the blood of a virgin, and Andrew McCarthy like offers his hand to be cut or whatever, and they're like, "You?" Yeah, it's bullshit. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I could take Walking Bernie, but Andrew McCarthy as a virgin, fuck that.
No, he's way too good looking.
Yeah, he's a rat pack. He was in Mannequin. He was in St. Elmo's Fire.
What was that? Was he in Pretty in Pink? No. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He
right?
was. He was the guy in Pretty in Pink that Molly Ringwald wanted to suck. She didn't like Ducky.
I get that confused with the other one with like Eric Stoltz. Or is that the same movie?
Eric Stoltz. That's Some Kind of Wonderful.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was written by. It's directed by the same guy, Howie Deutsch, or some shit like that. But both of those were written by John Hughes.
Okay, they're very similar.
They are very similar.
From what I remember. Yeah.
But Leah Thompson. That was my
woman. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, a sexual awakening to her.
She was my first crush from Howard the Duck.
Yeah, dude. Oh, how hot was it when she fucked that duck?
If I could get a boner when I was 4 years old, I would have had a boner.
It's the greatest bestiality love story ever made. I really think
And she's got a Misfits sticker on her guitar case.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. She's a true punk.
Yeah, I remember, like, when I was a kid, I saw All the Right Moves with her and Tom Cruise. And there's a scene where she's topless. She's in a car and she has no shirt on. And from there on in, it was Boner City.
Really? I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's like Tom Cruise is like a football kid in high school or something, and she's his girlfriend. Yeah, it's like a sort of underrated 80s movie. But then, of course, there was Back to the Future, and, that was hot. But even though it was his mom, it was still hot.
She's done bestiality, incest.
What's next? She's going to fuck inanimate objects.
You're going to get me in trouble with my wife.
Exactly. All right, so we've covered a lot of topics here. We've gone through crossovers to incest to we did it. But
we got it.
So Where can we find you? So you don't even know your Twitter account.
It's at Jimmy Adamson /GeoCities/AngelFire.
Dude, I'm looking forward to working with you again. You're one of the funniest motherfuckers. Everybody follow Adamson_Jimmy on Twitter and get that funny shit in your system, because pretty soon he's going to be big. He's going to be fucking Ice Cube and Jason Voorhees all at the same time.
Yeah, baby. And I got to say, you are the funny motherfucker, though.
Oh, dude, thank you so much. But looks are in everything. Oh!
Hey! No, I love the podcast. It's my new favorite thing. So great job.
Oh, thanks, dude. We're gonna keep trying to do some stuff and see what happens, and maybe it'll you never know. Maybe good things will come out of it. It's just fun to do.
Hell yeah, dude! I hope you get rich and famous.
Me too. I'm fucking tired of being a broke asshole. All right, man. Thank you so much. Back to the show. All right, so I'm back here with Josh Stifter after talking to Jason Brooks and my good friend Jimmy Adamson. Now, we got a couple of pitches for you, man. You want to hear them out?
Yeah, dude. Hit me with a couple pitches.
Okay, so this dude, Zach Zeman, he was a guy who worked at Troma for a little bit. He was an enterprise observer. He went to NYU Film School. He sent in a trilogy of quick paragraph-long fan film pitches for Friday the 13th.
I got to hear these.
So this is Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, meets Edward Scissorhands, meets the Burbs. It's called Friday the 13th, Jason on the Block. Synopsis. Because of land development, the wooded area surrounding Crystal Lake has been cut down, and the camp along with it. The area has now been turned into high-end suburbs for rich, upper-middle-class people. Jason still lives in the area, much to the residents' annoyance. Jason pest control and various forms of home defense are used to try and control Jason's presence, which eventually beats him down into a shell of who he once was, until a boy befriends Jason and brings him in, attempting to assimilate him into the suburban culture in a normal and non-violent day-to-day life.
Oh, see, there's an I know this is a joke. I get it's really funny, but I will say this: there's a part that captured my imagination of having the kid who's kicked out of the social norm of that society, who then stumbles upon Jason and they sort of befriend each other and wreak havoc. I mean, in this, it doesn't say they wreak havoc together, but that hasn't been done right. Jason's never had a buddy, a little kid, or a kid who is around the age that he was when he was murdered, who could be on the outside like that and gets Jason out of his shell to murder again, and uses this kid, Jason, with the kid, go on a murdering spree. See, that to me is an interesting concept. But what I really like, I do also like the suburbs idea of, even if they don't tear down the actual camp, if the suburbs were going up around it and Jason's just stomping into the suburbs and murdering people, that's terrifying. I grew up in that upper middle class suburbs. I totally can relate to that. And that's terrifying. The idea of being in those fucking cookie cutter housing developments and being slaughtered.
Oh, agreed, man. I think there's a lot of elements in here. I know Zach put it out there as a joke, but they set it up that Jason can be sort of confused when Corey Feldman did that shit in Part 4. So why not take it even a step further, where a kid is controlling Jason, dressed as him, and is responsible for the murders, maybe for bullies or whatever it is. I love that idea of Jason being led by a kid, and Jason is almost, he won't befriend the kid, but he will be led by the kid.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very awesome. So he has another one, the new Jason, RoboCop meets the Elephant Man meets the Funhouse. Jason is lured by a carnival manager who comes up with a brilliant idea of using him as an attraction. He creates a haunted house with Jason as the lead monster and rapidly gains popularity. People are narrowly escaping death. An entertainment company notices the rising attraction in the park, and as the attraction becomes more and more corporate, Jason becomes less and less intimidating until eventually losing popularity with customers. The corporation decides to retire Jason by putting him in a cage, hiring a large, mute, murderous prisoner to take his place as the new Jason. New Jason is out of control, however, as he starts killing customers, preventing them from returning and spending money. As a result,
that's the problem. The problem is that they're not spending money.
As a result, the park's profits plummet, and the carnival manager realized the only way of saving his park is releasing the original Jason to claim his rightful place.
See, I'm 100. To me, this would be an amazing cartoon. I would watch the fuck out of this as a goofy fan film, because I love the idea of Jason. You put Jason in a haunted house and he is like just scaring people, but then a bigger Jason comes in and can murder. That's the thing. Like, what's a bigger Jason look like? What's a scarier thing than Jason?
Hemorrhoids? That's about it. Yeah, you're right, man. I really dig these concepts, and I think that this even take away Jason. This is a cool movie without even being Jason.
See, there's where I agree. I think if you did this as like a haunted house movie where everyone's being scared, and you take away the element of them being like, they're killing the customers, we're not making any money. That's my favorite part. They're not like, oh my God, the customers are being killed. This is terrible. They're like, we're not making any money because everyone who's going in is dying. I love that part. I enjoy it. I think it's great. What's the third? You said this is a trilogy of ideas?
Yes, this is a trilogy. Also, I forgot to mention that Zach, along with his friend Kyle Hughes helped him with these pitches. So these 3 pitches have been by Zach Zeman and Kyle Hughes. The final one that they sent in is Friday the 13th, The 9 Lives of Jason. It's Moby Dick meets Battle Royale, The Hunger Games meets The Most Dangerous Game. So Jason has now become something of a legend. He is the Bigfoot of this day and age. There are hunting expeditions and documentaries and web series dedicated to his character and whether or not he actually exists. Because of this, many theories and twisted myths have arisen around him. One hunter speculates that Jason is in fact still alive despite all of his mortal wounds because of the sheer number of people he has killed. The hunter believes that for every person that Jason kills, a life is gained for Jason. He leads an expedition to try and find Jason to test this theory, but when the first half of his mission proves successful, he realizes that he bit off more than he could chew, and Jason begins to pick off the expedition. He accidentally kills one of his own hunting mates, and Jason manages to stab him, but he doesn't die. He realizes that the rule for Jason actually applies to him and his fellow hunters, so the hunting expedition begins to kill each other in order to survive Jason's onslaught of terror.
Okay, I think I figured this out. Now here's the problem with this pitch. I'm gonna say it right now. It starts out like an actual Jason movie. Like I was like, oh my God, Bigfoot. Jason has become like Bigfoot, and people are actually going into the woods trying to find him. Some of them are being murdered. Some of them are coming back being like, it's bullshit. Like some of them do, like a few people maybe do get lost. And there's a whole documentary out there about this one group that went out there. That's how you open the movie, is with the like found footage documentary, or like a documentary including some found footage of people who are murdered on this expedition. But then there's like this group of like 5 hunters who have this bet that like one of them is going to go find them. They truly believe, and then the 5 go out there, and then each one gets kind of picked off, and it becomes this crazy like Most Dangerous Game, except for it starts out to be the Most Dangerous Game is hunting Jason, and then flips and becomes now Jason's playing the dangerous game against the human. Is there a human that can survive? But then this switches to like this 9 lives thing, and it like then you don't care about Jason anymore. Like Jason just becomes a punchline to this movie of like murder. And I was like going, is it the woods then that's giving them these lives? Is it Jason giving them these lives?
Yeah, I think that the first half, like you said, is so strong that can actually be a great Friday the 13th movie. And the second half, I think that's a whole other movie. Again, you don't even need Jason for that. It's just take him out, make a whole other movie.
But I don't think it's a joke. Like I think that movie works as an actual movie. I said like 6 times in a row right there. It works as an actual movie in as much as if you can set up this world of, have you seen this movie Happy Death Day?
Oh yeah.
So Happy
I
Death
dug it.
Day, where it's